Ready for an easy easel fold card? Well, I got you covered. My name's Kimberly Smith. I'm the paper chef. It's just going to stand up like this. We're going to make this card and use the Unbounded Beauty Designer Series paper, the Unbounded Love. Let me give you a closer look at what these products look like. This is what we're featuring for the next couple months on my channel because it's a really, really awesome bundle. All right, so the Unbounded Beauty, it's like a mega suite, right? It's a mega collection. I didn't get this part. No surprise there. I'm not into the flower portion of this bundle or this suite. But I did get the Unbounded Love. And you voted on this to be featured. And it's a really cool sentiment-rich stamp set. And it's packed with beautiful dies. So we're going to show you a couple ways to use those dies. A little easy fold here and some stamping. Oh, good. I'm glad you got my happy mail. I'll say hi to you guys in a moment. So, yes, I sent out. What I've been very busy doing is a Designer Series paper share. They've all gone out. My husband helped me this last weekend, and he helped me cut over 20 packages of Designer Series paper. I mean, well, more than 20 packages. Well, I don't know how many packages. There was 20 people. You each got a few packages, so probably like 60 packages. I don't know how many packages, but we cut a lot of Designer Series paper. Anywho, Unbounded Love is bigger. The sentiments are bigger than they look on the front of the cover. I wanted to point that out. And what else? You get the Designer Series paper in your kit. And then this is just the die cutting machine I'll be using, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, so that's the Unbounded Beauty collection. It really has a lot of like in colors. No, all of the in colors are featured in this paper. All right, so I've already done this part of the card. I'll write down the measurements later. I just want to show you how easy this is. So you're going to just start out with your regular A2 card. So that's your 8.5 card right by your 8.5 by 5.5. So this is an A2 card. So that's what this is going to be like when it's all folded up. It's going to fit right in an envelope, except for you do want to put a little piece of paper where your little gems are because it will poke through a little bit. All right, so now all you're going to do, since this is scored already, it's 8.5 and it's scored at 4.25 already, you're just going to go and do half of that. So I went and did 2 1/8. Okay, 2 1/8. So that means, and I'll write it down later, you're going to just turn this over and fold it like so. So it's just a horizontal easel fold card. I've done different kinds of easel fold cards in my courses that are vertical, and there's a lot more moving parts. But this is just a simple little fold, okay? Now, you need to weigh this down so that with a couple sheets of paper and a sentiment and your embellishments and your vellum and all that stuff so that it stays like that. And then you need to put a little stopper. And you can use foam adhesives or things, but I like to use gems for my stopper. Now, let's take the trimmer next and some of our Designer Series paper. Later in this workshop series, we'll be decorating this box. I was originally planning on doing a 3D project tonight, but I thought, let's do a card. So the box will be your scalloped gift card holder box. And almost everybody that ordered the Unbounded Love Workshop kit was sent out. There was just 1 or 2 I haven't sent out. So this is going to be the adhesive sheet. So you're going to take this paper here and the vellum, and we'll cut that together. And we need this paper here. So what you're going to do, let's go ahead and do this paper first. This is a really cool pattern. You're going to turn it this way, and you're just going to go 4 inches, right? 4. Now you're going to have a 2-inch strip, and I wanted to use all the paper. So you have a 4-inch strip and a 2-inch strip. You're going to turn those, because it's a 6 by 6 piece that you have. Or you might be working with a 12 by 12 piece, but if you have my kit, it's already cut 6 by 6. Now you're going to turn these, you're going to put them together, and you want them both to be 5 1/4. Okay, so now we need this piece for the bottom, like so. And this piece is going to be part of the top. Normally, I would use cardstock for the top because it helps weigh the card down. And in my card making workshops, the ones I do on the Udemy course platform or Skillshare, I usually teach you to use like cardstock up there for the weight. But and we do more layering. But this case, I thought It's okay. It weighed enough with the sentiment and things. I know I'm using the contraband here. I call it contraband because it's not Stampin' Up. But that's okay. I'm using whatever I'm using. Anyhow, that's what I have available to me. I go through adhesive like it's water. Actually, we'll use glue for this part up here anyway. We're going to use liquid glue. It's not really contraband, guys. I like joking around with you guys, so I hope you understand my humor. It's like there's some people that like are really like, oh my goodness, you're not using a Stampin' Up product. Well, I use like whatever I want to use, like, and whatever I happen to have and whatever I feel like crafting with, and like it doesn't matter. But I'm just saying some people would, so we just joke around and call it contraband. So okay, so anyway, this is what I'm going to do is I'm going to adhere this to the bottom, but let's do the next layer first. So this one is 4 by 5 1/4, and then the next layer is going to be, we're going to do a 1/2 inch smaller. We're going to cut this up, make it like 3 1/2. So we'll go like this, 3 1/2 by 4 3/4. And that way we have a good margin around the sides, 4 3/4. Now, I like to cut the vellum. I should have cut the vellum at the same time. So, I meant to cut this part of the vellum at the same time, just to make sure it's the right width. So, I'm going to go ahead and keep that paper right there. I'm going to cut my vellum so that it goes out to the length. All right, so that's good. That's going to be 1 1/4. All right, so vellum is retired, but it's in your kits. A lot of times I give you things in your kits. Like your kit in August is going to have something that you really want that you can no longer get. But that's just the way I am. I save things, I hoard, so that you don't have to. And then you'll see things come back. I didn't know when I was hoarding this particular paper that it was going to be, that we were going to have a nautical theme coming up. But you will be so happy that I did. So that little piece is going to go across. Just a nice little layer. But we're going to have another little strip in front of it. All right. I'm going to just do one more cutting. One more little strips of cutting, and then I'm going to go do the measurements. So I need a little piece of peach pie here. Now, this one would work, but it's not going to be good sideways. And I wanted to use peach pie here. I hope I didn't get ink on the back of that. I didn't wash my ink pad earlier. All right, so let's say like this. The reason is because I inked this one up with peach pie down here. And I wanted a little pop of peach pie up there. You could use cardstock, but I think I'm just going to use... See if I can find some little strips of it. Okay, here's a little strip of it. Oh, this is already the right size probably. Yay for the right size. Let's just get my card and see. It already looks like the size I need. Perfect. All right, so there we go. And that's going to go like that. Now, the reason you want to have a little piece like that is so your sentiment pops up off the page. Plus, whenever you have vellum, if you put something over the top of the vellum, you can adhere behind it, and you will not see the adhesive. And it makes it look really cool because, look, then this, like, vellum, you can't really see it, but it's, like, floating. See how it's, like, floating? It's not really, like, sealed down. It's sealed behind there. All right, so that's all for now. I'm going to start writing the measurements, and then we're going to do some die cutting techniques. And I'll use some glue on this part after. All right, so this is first going to be, and this matters because these flowers face up. Well, it doesn't really matter, but I like how they face up this way. So you're going to have the direction. The flowers are a little bit directional. Okay, so that's that. A little bit of glue on there, and this is just going to layer onto here. All righty. Now, we're going to take the vellum piece and this piece. And we're going to adhere. Now, that you don't want to use glue for. Oh, pooey. Pooey, this one's empty. All right. All right. If I can, okay, good. Just a little piece of this. Little piece. Don't give me a hard time, Seal Plus. Okay, so I'm going to put this little piece there. And again, it's really just, its purpose is to hide the adhesive behind the vellum. I like to do that. Now, we didn't, like, so the vellum, you know, you might go, oh my gosh, vellum's gone forever. But guess what's coming in Christmas in July? I keep calling it Christmas in July. In July, well, in June, we have these online exclusives that demonstrators. If you join my team, there's a great joining special this month. 3 people already took advantage of it. Yay for Papered Chefs to take advantage of the In Color special, to join with the In Color special. Anywho, you get like 5 ink pads, and you get like a pack of designer series paper and a pack of cardstock and a box of 5 markers, all for free. So anyway, if you join this month, and the next month you're allowed to, as demonstrators, are allowed to pre-order the Christmas in July, there is going to be this really, really cool vellum coming out. I got to preview it when I went on a trip. They let me preview it. So we will have vellum coming back, just not this vellum layering designs like I'm showing you. It's more like of a Christmassy style of vellum. But I'm going to be getting it, and I'm hopefully going to be putting it in. We can cut it with the scan and cut and stuff, and we can cut it with die cuts. And I should be putting it in my next Brother Scan and Cut retreat, which is going to have a Christmas theme. And it's going to have like a stocking stuffer theme, three-dimensional Brother Scan and Cut theme. Like, that's what I'm going to do for my... So I'm going to be using those Christmas in July products. That's why I can only get so many in June. We're only allowed to order like so many as demonstrators in June during the pre-order. So now I'm going to put the glue down here. But then in July, we can order as much as we want. But this paper and vellum is going to like fly off the shelf in July, I can tell you. Because we don't have any, because the holiday catalog won't be out yet. And so everyone's going to be going crazy over the little bit of Christmas paper we have. Because, I mean, you know, we have a little bit of paper now called Winter Meadow. I mean, that's okay. It's just okay. It can be, and we have something called Thoughtful Journey. Thoughtful Journey can sort of be used for Christmas. There's a couple of little winter scenes in it that look like watercolored. But, you know, we don't really have all the good holiday papers coming out until the holiday catalog comes out. So we're going to be going crazy over that paper for the online exclusives. I can tell you that. People are going to go crazy for this. All right, so that's the whole card. And all we need is the die cuts now and a little stopper. And the stoppers I use are just little gems. I just used some retired gems because they were in. I put them in your kits. I don't know why they would retire these, but hey, they're beautiful. They're giant. They're called iridescent rhinestones, basic jewels. So I do love those. All right, let me get my grid paper. And you know what else would look nice? I have a lot of these now. These would look really nice too, like these little, you could use these neutral pearls colors. But I put some of these in your kits this month, some of these iridescent rhinestone jewels. So let me see if I have, put some of these big ones. I want the big ones. You could use the small ones or the big ones, but I think I'm going to try to go for the big ones. I shall find some big ones. But for now, we need to write measurements before. Got to do a brain dump before I say hi to you. Oops, just ripped my paper. Ripped my grid paper. Before I do the die cutting and stuff. All right, I'm just going to go like this. I'll just make room here. So this is Unbounded Love, and I could show you what we made in part 1 later in this video. I hope Janet's here. She gave me these really cool pens. I love these. Personalized pens. Unbounded Love. That's the name of the bundle. And we're going to say Easel. Easy Easel Fold Card. All right, so you have your, you go like this. Oh, natural score line. Dot, 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 right? So this is 8.5 by 5.5. And then we're going to score at, we're going to dot, 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 right? 2 1/8, and 4 1/4. Okay, so those are your score marks for your easel card. And that's how that looks. And I'm using Summer Splash. I should have said that. That is a new in color, and it's part of your workshop kit. I put in your workshop kit Petunia Pop, Summer Splash, and I think Pretty in Pink. I gave you 3 in colors in this month's kit. Now we're going to do DSP. DSP is called Unbounded Beauty. So like this, it's Unbounded Love is the name of the bundle. Unbounded Beauty is the name of the DSP. All right, so we're going to make 1 layer, 5 I'm just doing this. What I'm showing you right now is this. 5 1/4 times 4. That's 1 layer. Then the next layer is a 1/2 inch smaller. Okay, now you could use cardstock for this layer. You don't have to use cardstock. You can use cardstock or designer series paper. The next layer is going to be 4 3/4 times 3 1/2. And then we need, so this is going to be DSP, and then we have Vellum. There'll be a little Vellum layer you can sort of see in there, okay? And that is going to be same, 4 3/4, and it is times 1 1/4. So that's the little Vellum layer, and then we have one more DSP layer. So we're talking about the top of the card right now. The top of the card. Let me move this up. Put my website there. If you want to get any of these products, please shop with me. If you don't already have a demonstrator and you happen to be in the US, then please shop with me to get these products. I can only sell to customers anywhere in the United States, US territories, etc., etc. All right, Vellum 4, not Vellum 4, layer 4 is another DSP layer. And that one is, let's just see what it is. Okay, 1, 2, 3. It's 4 inches wide times 3/4. This is 3/4 of an inch, right? 3/4 of an inch. So that's this little strip. And you want to make that one like your peach one, just for contrast. And now we have the bottom of the card, which is easy. It's just your extra 2-inch strip. So think about this. You had a 6 by 6, right? This piece. This one right here was 6 by 6. We took 4 inches for this part, and now we took the last 2 inches, right? Here, let me just I got to visualize this for you here. So we had this piece, and we cut the blue piece, right? We cut 4 inches off, and then we used the other 2 inches for this. So there's your 6 inches. See? I'm just talking about that blue part. So that's where that 2 inch comes from. So we got the 4, or no, it's still 5 1/4. It's still the 5 1/4. Right, for the bottom, but it's the 2 inches left over. Dun, dun, dun. There you go. And then we're going to put the little stoppers, and now we're going to do some little die cutting and stuff. I will also write what ink we use. Let's see. We're going to use, let's look at the card. I tried to use Summer Splash, but what happens when you have new ink? It's just, when you first get ink, it's not dry enough. Honestly, it's too juicy. It's like a good problem to have, but it's too juicy. So I ended up using the Pretty Peacock instead of, I was going to try to Stampin' Summer Splash. So let's use Pretty Peacock. Pretty Peacock is one of the coordinating colors, so it's all good. Okay, so let me show you what the difference is between stamping with that and stamping with this, just so you can see when you get a new stamp pad, so you don't get discouraged. Your stamps will condition and dry out a little bit. You can even rub some of the ink off. Of course, only if you have a re-inker. Don't rub too much off. Pretty Peacock and Peach Pie. All right, so let's show you. I'm just going to go, I'll just get this ink off a little bit. All right, so you have your, if you were trying it, I'm just going to show you the difference between stamping and Summer Splash. I'll let you take a screenshot of that in a minute. Let me just show you this. See? See how, like, it's not real crisp. It's kind of like fuzzy. Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear. Now, let me show you what happens when you stamp with Pretty Peacock and why I decided to use the Pretty Peacock. Because this one's older. It's a few years old. It's dried out some. I hardly you hardly ever see me re-ink my stamps. Like, I let them dry out because it gets better sentiments. Look at that. Crispy cream donuts. Look at that. Look how much easier it is to read. Not just, these are both dark colors, but this is all blurry still because it's a new stamp. It's not the ink. These are both the same kind of ink formula. It's how old this is. It's dried out a bit. It's all good. So that's why we're using Pretty Peacock. All right, so we're not stamping yet. I'm just letting you know why I'm using that one. We need to die cut first before we stamp. So let me go ahead and let you take your screenshot. I'm going to put that there. You need to get out your adhesive sheets and things like that came in your kit, and I need to get out a baby wipe so I don't get this all over the place. So here is the card. Looks like that. Take your screenshot. All right, maybe like that so you can see the whole measurements and the whole card at the same time. Good. Good enough. I just want to do a little die cutting before with the white parts. All right. So Yvette is here. She's excited about this tutorial, excited about her kits that came in the mail. Awesome. I'm glad you got your Happy Mail already. And hello, Phil, Ham, nice to see you. And Yvette, thank you for being a channel supporter. YouTube has a channel membership. It's like the Patreon membership, right? You get perks for being channel supporters. So thank you. Those of you that do the ongoing pledges to be a YouTube channel supporter. You get also, like, your name gets special icons on it. So that's how I know. Yay. Hey, Kathy, what are you doing up so late? Thank you for being here. Nice to see you. Kathy from Backyard Stamper. Okay, she got the flowers. You did get the flowers, Kathy? I'm going to show some examples in this bucket of things made with the flower ones. This is my little bucket of stuff. So, yeah, I'll show the flowers. Just not that into it, as you can imagine. Oh, because she loves two-step stamping. Okay, so Kathy's talking about the flowers in this set. Let's see. The two-step stamping, right? Inside and outside, inside and outside. That is fun to do two-step stamping. I mean, and they are pretty, and they all coordinate, and it's all good. All right, Yvette's saying she gobbled up all the candies in my... I tend to put candy in all my care packages. Sometimes some of my friends say that's the only candy they get is when I send them the care packages. Hello, Kathy Verica. I love your name, from Northeast Ohio. I love saying that. Verica. I hope I'm saying that right. Hello, Lynn. Thank you for reminding everybody to do the thumbs up. You're getting the crowd going. Lynn's like the organizer of the group here. And hello, Laura Ann. Nice to see you again. She's one of my paper chefs. No, I didn't plan on coming on tonight, Elaine. It's just I've been doing airport runs and taking care of sick people. And let's see. And what else? I've just been doing a lot of things. Going back and forth between my town and Savannah, which is like a couple hours away. I lost my cutting plates. I'm trying to find my cutting. Oh, I know what I did. I put them in my drawer. I put them in the drawer underneath me. So it was like ice, so I won't lose them. And then I lost them. All right, so, okay, I'm doing a sandwich right now. Anyway, no excuses, but I just haven't been here in a while. But this is, so when I get done my next project, I say, let's go live. I don't care what time it is. I have to share. So excited. And every time I get done my next project, I'm like, I got to go live. Yeah, Elaine, I'm happy to have 3 more paper chefs. 1 is direct, and then 2 are my team members' teams. So my team members are like stepping it up, and like they're out there telling everybody about the starter kit and like getting team members on their teams, which is nice. I'm a Stampin' Grammy. No, a great grandma, kind of. Like I have team members who have team members. Yay, who have team members. Maybe I'm a great grandma in stamping. Not a real great grandma, but you know what I mean. All right, hello, Tracy. I sent your prize today, Paper Chef's prize from the team meeting. So thanks for doing the challenge. The black glue holder. Yes, Michelle, she's in my Grow Your Crafty business group. She's one of my another demonstrators. Her husband and her sell these. So I can get you the link. They sell all kinds of really cool things from that they make with their 3D printer. So I can get you the link of the stuff she sells. Hi, Midge. Hi, Melody. Yep, it's pretty cool. All right, so anyway, the sandwich, the die cutting sandwich is base plate number 1. And then you need a base plate number 2, which is your thin die adapter. And then you need one plate number 3. And then you need the paper and another plate number 3. So the paper, you're going to go like this. You're going to put, for this piece, wait, let's see. For the piece that we're using for this project, which I'm going to find, you're going to use, oh no, it's this piece. Sorry. For this piece, we're going to use an adhesive sheet. So an adhesive sheet is this. Let me see if I have enough let me see if I have enough there. Okay, I'll go ahead and put a little more on there. Then you get to see how it works because I do need a little piece right here. So adhesive sheets, you get these in 6 by 12 inch pieces. Okay, so they come 6 by 12 inch pieces. You can rip them or cut them or whatever. And they're double-sided and they have sticky on them. So they're sticky on both sides. You're going to make your own stickers is bottom line. So just cover the back of the paper. We're going to turn this whole thing into stickers. Okay, cover the back of the paper like so. All right, now you're going to put this guy. You're going to put this guy right here like this. And it's going to turn into a really cool sticker. Now let me show you now. You got to see the final before you understand, so you understand. Look at this cool, delicate die that we're going to put over the top of this white die. Now, they didn't come out with a white die per se. So what you're going to do is just put some white paper under there to make yourself a white die. So you need 2 layers here. You need 2 layers for this part. For the other part, you only need 1. So let's let's do this. For this part, I'm making a sticker and I want to put the white part under there. But for the other part, for this part, I'm just going to go ahead and cut one of these in the white. That part, I'm just going to cut out a white part. This part, I'm cutting out white and the other part. And then we need one more little die. Okay, so the reason we need this die here is because the inside of it, isn't this cool? Isn't that a cool shape? Look at the inside of it. I just thought, oh my gosh, I have to use it for stamping. So save this too, because this is cool. But this part I'm going to make a sticker out of as well with the third die. So there's 3 dies we're using, and I had them all out. And they were here. Let's see where they could have went. Maybe. Okay, it's just looking around for the dies. I shoved everything off to the side when I got ready here. Well, that's my machine. So let's look here. Look what happened to my earlier die. It got stuck on my sock. So like it fell on the floor, got stuck on my sock, and then ripped. So this is like I've been die cutting for a while. I've had to go through this a few times today. All right, at this point in the video, I look at the comments because sometimes you guys are like, it's right there. It's right there. Can't you see it? So just looking around. Oh, there it is. I found it. It's under my glass mat studio. All right, there we go. Bringing back my machine, opening it up. All right, so back to this. We have this part. I need to cut 2 parts. So for this part, I'm making a sticker, okay? But I also need to cut, this part I only need to cut 1 part. This part I need to cut through 2 layers because I need a white background and then this part I just need a little cute little shape. Okay, so those are the 3 things I'm die cutting. My die cutting lid. Without further ado, I really do get organized before my videos, and then something happens. These little gremlins all around my she shed. Everything's sitting here. I take a screenshot. I take a picture. I take a thumbnail. It's called a thumbnail to show what I'm going to show in my video. I don't put anything away, and then I come back and do the tutorial, and everything is moved. All right, it just happens every time. Okay, so that's the little shape that we're going to use for the front of our card. It's already a sticker. Oops, yep, it's a sticker. Cool. This part is going to be, this part is the die cut part that we're going to overlay, and it's a sticker because we just pulled off this part. This part was the sticker part. That was the back of the sticker sheet. Okay, cool. So we made a sticker. Now this part is going to be the part we stamp onto. And this part is the part we're going to put the white part. We're just going to keep, the white part should be intact. All right, so there, should have at least got the outside of the white part. Come on. Come on, let me show you where it's at. All right. Come on, come on. See, this is just a regular piece of basic white, but it's hard to cut through both. So we're just going to take this and we're going to get rid of all this now. We're going to tap. So what I want to do is just get rid of the, I'm going to keep the white part, but I'm getting rid of all this this business. Actually, I don't need the border either. All I want is like this little background made of basic white. See, so I'm just knocking all this out. Okay, cool. I mean, it doesn't matter if that sticks on because it can only help reinforce it. But this part, you do have to get this little guy, you have to get him out of there. There's a little piece of white paper stuck on there. Just this little part. I like delicate dies, but sometimes it doesn't cut all the way through. Now, you might be saying, oh, use wax paper and cut all the way through. No, you don't understand. I'm trying not to cut all the way through. This is exactly what I wanted. I don't want these. I'm trying to use this little piece as a background. So I don't want these little pieces to come out. I don't want to use wax paper. If I was trying to get the little pieces to come out, I would have just cut one layer. This is the back layer. So I'm trying to have a background layer that I can stick things to. And it just didn't go all the way through, which is, it's better than going all the way through too much. I don't want it to go all the way through. So I'm just trying to get rid of the little negative pieces now. Not the negative pieces, just the parts that are bigger than the outline. You'll know when you play with your dies what I'm talking about. Because this is all experimental. I've never played with these dies, this particular one yet. All right, so that's it. So now I'm going to take this piece. Let me find my little cute trash can here. And I'm going to glue it over the top of this. So this is a sticker already because I put it on a sticker sheet. And I'm just getting rid of everything. You got to scratch it because sometimes the little sticker sheet's still attached to it. That's what happened to my last one. There was a few little extra pieces stuck on there. I'm stuck on you. Now watch this transform. By having this background and then having this little piece, it transforms this really cool. Oh, I should have, hold on. Let's put the sentiment on it first, because if not, and it doesn't work, then we don't want to have wasted our sticker. So we're gonna put "You Are a Blessing" on here with the pretty peacock. Let's find my little sticky notes. Okay, you're a true blessing. Let's not get that on there because we don't want that to scratch up anything. You're a true blessing. Here, let's try it again. It feels like it's not inking up all the way, but we got it. We got you. I'm using Stamping Block D, but you want to rock it a little bit. Hello, Jean. Nice to see you again. Miss Melody, Miss Midge. Oh, that came out so nice. Okay, good. Yay. Oh, now I'm going to put this die on here. So now we can put this on there. Now that we know we don't have any extra spaces here, this is good. And we got our sentiment on there. So this was the top layer. The top layer used the adhesive sheet. And it fits right on there. Beautifully. Isn't that beautiful? I mean, what's not to love about that detailed sentiment? And people are going to be like, how did you do that? That is so cool. Well, there's no, you know, oozing glue all over the place, out the sides and all the oozing glue. We're going to just stick some dimensionals on there. Kind of get the dimensionals a little closer in there so that kind of the sides stay together. If it was, that's if you kept the side. Actually, the first time I tried it, I didn't keep the side, this little white part. So if you did though, just get it to stick back together. Because you have the border on the front part. See, I'm just using a dimensional to help hold that together. And then this part, it never came apart anyway because it never die cut all the way through. That's a partial die cutting technique. So you learned how to use the adhesive sheet and do the partial die cutting technique. And let's go find the easel card again and plunk that on there. That's the top. Let's lay that right there. And we're going to put this guy right here with the little peach part on the side sticking out. Now, lots of wing Stella is always needed for these cards. Like, it just makes it really sparkly, right? With the extra bling on there. Look at all the shine. So add your wink of Stella, which is back in stock. And Kathy, I appreciate you refilling my wink of Stellas for me. That was very nice. I practically drink the stuff for breakfast. This is such, it's like some guys have energy drinks. I have wink of Stella. Okay, so that's, I'm just doing it all over here, like in between all the leaves, but then I'm going to go around the border as well. So that's the top of the card, and we still got to add a couple little, couple little bling, couple little embellishments, but other than that, the top of the card's done. Then we're just going to do the bottom now with a little bit of inking around the edges. All right, so that's good. Now, lid. Okay, I think I'm done with the scissors. I can put the scissors away. Okay, for this part, you want to get this part with the, let's see. Yeah, I was just using, you just use your mat or something to put the peach pie on. Oh, peach pie. Peach pie. Okay, put a little peach pie on your stamping block, put a little peach pie on there, and then just ink up the edges. This stuff is so cool. It looks like glow in the dark or something. I mean, it's just such a bright color. It's not really glow in the dark, but you know, it's or fluorescent is what I'm thinking of. This color looks like fluorescent. My brothers used to have those fluorescent paintings that glow in the dark in their man cave, the garage. That was in the 70s, those paintings that glow in the dark. Anyone remember what I'm talking about? I just thought of that with this color. So that's really cool. And then we're going to just put a little bit of... Okay, so we have a little bit of that. We're going to put the little sentiment on it. So we'll put the pretty peacock. And this time, we're going to do You Are Loved. My mother recently talked to a man who was suicidal. And she had to tell him about how he was loved and how he has a purpose. And I think she talked him out from, he was crying and I don't know, she never met the guy, but God put her into his life for a reason. And when she was telling me the story, and I saw the sentiment today, I thought, that is like so important to tell people you are loved. Everyone should know that they're loved and not have to go through life thinking that they're not loved, which is very, very sad. So be sure to tell people that they're a blessing and that they are loved. And that's what this card's all about. And they can be reminded of it because it's an easel card. Let's see which way it should go, the top or bottom. Maybe that can be the bottom. It's an easel card. So it can be like something that they just stand up and look at it. So you've heard of things like affirmations, or maybe you've heard of things like that, like mantras. People say mantras, like things like positive things that you say. Well, this is something that our cards can be positive affirmations or mantras when they walk by it. Like they can walk by and see it and say, I am loved. Okay, now this is already a sticker, so let's put that right on the bottom of the card. But first, we got to close this. Yes, because my mom, like Elaine, she was sitting there saying she thought like he was asking her about, like, he said, like, someone in his family recently passed away. And then he was asking my mom how old she was. And she was like, I'm 92. And then she said, because she doesn't hear very well. But even though she has a hearing aid, she doesn't really hear very well or understand what's going on very much. And she said she saw him put his hands, like, in front of his face like this, like a cup over his face. And she said she thought he was, like, laughing. And she's like, it was just strange. Like, why would he be laughing about my age? After he just got done saying someone died. And she was just like, she goes, so like, but then he started rocking, and she realized he was crying, not laughing. Because she was like, this is wild. Like, why is he crying? Why is he laughing? And then she's like, he's not laughing, he's crying. Basically, he just started up a conversation. And when she just said her age, I guess he just thought, like, she's my grandma kind of thing. Like, I'm going to spill it all to her. That's what happened. So he wasn't laughing, he was crying, and she's just like, and she said she talked to him for a while about things that happened in my family, and I mean, just like all the reasons he shouldn't do it. So yes, she was in the right place at the right time. So anyway, I'm putting this sticker at the bottom there. I really believe, like, that we are put into different situations at different times for a reason. And it was like, her path had to cross his path that day. Because, I mean, God can't send down the angels all the time, right? The angels are busy bodies. They're busy. Maybe they're crafting too, but he can't send them all, so he has to use us to be angels sometimes to do his work. There you go. And we're going to put the little bling on it. And, oh, by the way, even if you don't have bling, you can always just make your easel card like that. That can be your way to hold up the easel card. Then you don't have to worry about the bling popping through. Let me grab the embellishments. I just want to put these like this. Oh, by the way, these, what you want to do is poke all these out. Before you try to do the next die cutting. That's what these holes are for. And you can use a die. Oh, that came out nice. And you can use a die brush, and it gets rid of all the little bits and pieces in there. And then this little bit, I mean, I could probably use this for something because it's still the inside of that other thing. So I'll probably save this piece here. All right, so let me move this and this. I have a couple cards to show you after I get the bling. All right, now we have this little piece too we could save, but that one is probably better off with a adhesive sheet. Now, if you already used, say you don't have an adhesive sheet, you can use a fine tip glue pen. We do sell fine tip glue pens, but I don't know why you wouldn't want to buy the adhesive sheets. They really, really work well. All right, so I'm just going to take a couple big ones off of here. I think I'm done my kits. Like Poke a Fork and Me, I'm done. You can see I've started other ones. It's like, I am done. When I get done the kits each month, I'm very relieved because I put my heart and soul into them and then pack them up and mail them out. They're like my babies. They all go have fun, go find a new home. And then I'm like done and relieved. So I'm not doing a workshop again. This one's a 2-month workshop. And then the next one will be, what is it? You're doing May and June. I'll announce it in June, and it'll be July and August. So it'll be like in the summer, we're taking it slow. I may just go back to doing workshops every 2 months anyway, because they are so intense. And so I think I may end up doing that anyway in the fall. Okay, so I'm just putting the little stoppers there. Okay, so if you're going to do that, then when you mail it, this is already sticking up a bit with the dimensional, so it'll help keep the card up. But then when you mail it, you may want to put like, something in there, right? So this doesn't poke through. It's not going to poke through like in a bad place, because it's only going to poke through at the seam and you're not really going to see it anyway. But you might want to put something there to protect that. And then I'm going to put a few bling at the top. But I just want to show you one more thing. So when you have an easel fold card and you want to make it so that they can stand it up, and again, know that they're loved, right? Know that like you're their friend, you're checking on them, you're sending them a card, right? This is a good sympathy card even. You could say you're a true blessing, you are loved. And then you could say like, I'm glad to have you in my life. I'm here to support you. You could do that, or you could use it for different reasons. But what I'm saying is, if you want to put this part so they can stare at it, that's cool. But then on the back, right, like this, you can go ahead and put your sentiment. So do about a 1 7/8 inch, I would say 1 7/8 inch piece back there. In fact, what would look nice? Let's try one. Let's try this one. I mean, something like this. It could be white paper too, but I'm just going to go ahead and do 1 7/8. By 1 7/8 by 5 1/4. Let me flip it around this way. Okay. Oh yeah. That'll be nice. Okay, so do that, and then you have something for your sentiments, to write your messages on. Not sentiments, your sentiment, like your sentiment, meaning your message, not your actual stamp sentiment. Although you can stamp onto designer series paper, but wouldn't that be nice? So there you go. Put that in the back of your card. There you go. And now we add a little more bling to the top. Let's see. I'll just use some of these smaller ones. 1, 2. There's 3 sizes, but I think you got 2 sizes because my card club got the middle size. I think this workshop kit got the big size, which you can use right here, and then I think you got the small size of these iridescent rhinestones, because the way I cut them up, and then I think you guys got the other 2 sizes. Dun dun dun. That's it. Let's add that little blurb about the and back 5 1/4 times 1 7/8. This is the back panel. You could have done 1 7/8 here too, but on the front. But I was just trying to be efficient with the 2 inches left over from this one sheet here. So there are your measurements. We got our ink and we got our die cut. So we used the 3 dies, and we used the inking up the edges. All right. So then there's some other things you can do. Oh, I like this. So Tracy's saying that everyone should make this card for themselves, okay, for our own daily affirmation. This is cool. I like this. Because, before we can love others fully, we have to love ourselves. And so we really, you have to be able to receive and give love. So it's like, this is, and maybe you live alone, or maybe you have a pet. So you can even tell your pet today, if you live by yourself, you are loved, kitty, or your doggy or whatever. All right. Yeah, it is really a wonderful card. It gives me goosebumps because of this, what just happened to my mom. So, oh, God wink. Yeah, that's a good point. Your moon picture glowed. Right. Moon picture glow. Oh, so you had a moon picture glow in the dark moon picture feel. Okay, so we're aging ourselves. You remember the 70s? Yeah, it was like all these really cool, like a tiger, and then you have like that black light, and then you go in and it glows. All right, so anyway, let's show you what else I have. So I have a couple swap cards, and then I have something I made last time. I'm going to look for that too. So here's some swap cards. Let's see who these are from. This is from Lisa Lemons, from Wisconsin. Lisa Lemons. Okay? These are swap cards, meaning I went to an event, and then some demonstrators were there, and they made really cool cards, and they shared them with each other, and it was from the new catalog. So isn't that really cool? So there's another one. You could do it. A nice stand-up card, right? Daily affirmations. Anytime you give people cards like this, they go on the mantle. People love them. You know, and look at all these beautiful flowers. Oh, that's the dies, by the way. If you are going to get the first bundle as Unbounded Love, that set of dies is just gorgeous with the flowers on there. All right, this one is Kim Wilson. Kim Wilson. This is a really cool DSP card, and it says hope. And look at this. Look at this really fun fold. Oh, an extra here. It's an extra. It's like a Z. It's an extra fun fold. I've done similar ones, but not quite as long. So look, this is Summer Splash as well. So look at that nice use of Summer Splash. Oh, and look at this die and how the middle of the die pops out. So hope, you know, just give people hope. I mean, this is really fun. These are just such fun sentiments. Okay, this one is, I don't think this is from here, but I think it, and I didn't remember who did it anyway, because this one was, oh, because of the ink colors, it's Summer Splash. Maybe that die might be. Sometimes I took things out. I did, by the way, in my swaps. This one is my team member, Sue Earhart, Show Mercy Crafts. And she did this really cool thing with Petunia Pop. And the happy birthday is from the Unbounded Love. This really cool. Like fold as well. So nice job, Sue. And then another, these are just some in color things I'm showing you. So Petunia Pop is a color we used last week. Oh, Petunia Pop, happy, okay, this one is Water City Stamping, Renee, let's see, Oshkosh. I love that. Renee Oshkosh. Okay, so next month in my card club, this is what they chose for the stamp sets. It's really cool. I think it's called like Happy Little Things. Let me see. If you want to start ordering it, it should be available now. I mean, it is. I mean, I don't think it ran out. It shouldn't be because it's a stamp set. We make those in the U.S. So I think you're able to get this stamp set. It's really a cute little stamp set. Here it is. This is the one we're doing next month. This is what was voted on. I'll post this in my VIP group, a picture of what was voted on. It was just there. Isn't this cute? Choose happy. So another just like fun, happy, lively stamp set. So this is where choose joy. This is where this card came from. Stamps for all occasions. So I kind of alternate when I'm doing my card club. I try to alternate between sometimes just using sentiments only stamp sets and then sometimes critters. And yes, once in a while you guys do vote on flowers and stuff. Okay, here's another one, Unbounded. This one is from, let's see, gotta find, Creating with Sarah. Okay, a really beautiful business card, Creating with Sarah. Oh, look at how this woman knows how to tie a bow. She is a professional bow tire. I like how she used the in color glimmer paper and this Unbounded Beauty. And look what she did at the top. She used the new embossing folders. Hey, and that's the die I just used too. So it fits Happy Birthday. I didn't think it was going to hold such a big sentiment. So yeah, there's a lot of Petunia Pop going on in these cards. That color was voted the most popular when we ran an event in Houston last year. All right, let's see what the last, putting these away. This last one is, oh, there's two more. Whoop. This one, You Are Loved Beyond Measure. I think this might have been, was this Carol Rayner's swap card or was this one Carol's? I think this was my team member Carol, her swap card. I want to make sure I go back and check it out because that one was part of my team swap. And this one was part of my trip swap. But aren't these gorgeous? I lost the names because I got all excited, did a video, and then put everything into a bucket and lost which ones were which. But at the first time, when I did unbox all the cards, I did give credit the first time. It's just that I don't remember now who made what. Okay, these are what we made in this series the first time. And these are what I'm calling the Designer Series paper cards. So you have a panel where you take a piece of Designer Series paper, and then you take 3 smaller panels and you layer them up on top. Okay, so and then I just did this duotone, peach pie, and pretty in pink for the sentiments. And we used some sequins that were in your kit. Looks like some sequins are falling off of these cards here. I found a sequin. You're supposed to be over here, I think. Sequin is lost. So after you put sequins on a card, throw them in an envelope because they will start flying out all over the place. Okay, so those are cute. And then this is the same sentiment. This is the card I modeled it after. This is my own card that I used for my swap, and it was using Lily Pond Lane, but the same happy birthday sentiment I used for these. So you could take the same exact card design and just keep changing it up. I've used this design dozens of times, but with different sentiments and different paper, and it comes out looking like a whole different card. Okay, and then here's a little bag from Alicia Graham. A cute little bag, a 3D swap made with the Unbounded love. Ooh, and a mini Ghirardelli. I'm gonna go give that to my mom. All right, so let's see. This is the next series I'll be doing after this series is over. All right. Oh, and have a blessed day. Look at that. Have a blessed day is another awesome sentiment from this. So just so much you could do with this whole entire bundle. All right. Time's up. It's time to go make some cards and give them to others and make them feel good. I hope that's what crafting is all about for you. That's what it's all about for me. And I thank you for watching. This is the Paper Chef. Have a great evening. And we'll see you again real soon on this channel. Bye-bye.